All right, welcome to some more Dune Imperium. Some Dune Imperium. This is a kind of an interesting one. So let me just take a quick look at what's going on. I'm player 2. Here is the Imperium row, Guild Administrator, Guild Bankers, Bene Gesserit's sister, Firm Grip, and Thufir Hawat. Some pretty nice stuff here in the Imperium row. Helena Richese having been picked up there. You know what? I think I want to play an Ilban here. Let me snag up Count Ilban Richese. I don't know why I always say it like that. So this is a ranked game, unofficial ranked game, that I'm playing through the Strategy Arena Discord. It's just, it's an informal, community run kind of ranked system, but they've got it running pretty smoothly. They've got bots and you can queue up for games and stuff. And it keeps track of people's elo. I've done one game before. It's in a members video. You can find that in the members area if you are a member. Yeah, I've been meaning to do it again, but you know, obviously it's a lot harder to find a game in there than it is just in the public lobby. And so it's like a very specific kind of time where people tend to be available, I guess. All right. What do I want to do here? Okay, what just happened there? Uh-huh. All right, let me just grab some water here, and I'll pass on the troops. All right, so we'll see if Beast decides to do a turn 1 sell melange. He very well might, which would, you know, disrupt my plans for a round 2 Swordmaster. My plan here basically is to just go to Great Flat, get 3 spice, and sell melange next round. Now, if Beast sells melange now, he'll have first crack at the Swordmaster, which is okay, but even if I go for High Council, that might be good too. There is some good stuff in there, but a lot of it probably is not going to survive this round anyway. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good about my decision not to put any troops in. Let me just go ahead and follow through with this kind of fairly basic opening, which, you know, it can be a good opening. It can also be, there are better ones, but let's see what Beast decides to do. Okay, he does go straight to sell melange. So that's one of the good things you can do with Beast, is because you have this Arrakis fiefdom, you start with a spice and a Solari. And so going to Haga Basin gets you to 3 spice right away. And if you have the right cards, you can go to sell melange round 1. And so he's got 9 Solari ready to go for round 2. Okay. Interesting options here. really interesting options. I could go voice and liaison if I want to focus on persuasion. I could go guild administrator and spice hunter if I want to focus on faction influence. And you know what? I think that is what I want to do. I'm going to grab the administrator and I'll grab the spice hunter. I find that the low cost Freeman access cards, for whatever reason, I don't tend to pick them up very often. But I'm going to do it today. It just seems like a good time to try it out. Let's make myself a little bit more out of the way here. Okay. Okay, so it's probably either going to be a high council seat for me, or I just try to hang on to my, Solari for a sword master the following round, but we'll see if that's possible. I don't know. All right, so we're just going to do that immediately. We go up to 9 Solari. End the turn, and then, yeah, probably it's going to be High Council seat here. Which will also draw me a card. Alternatively, I hold off, but and just use my Seek Allies, but like that's not great. Okay, so we've got lots of troops committed here. I think I will just do this. It might let me get Thufir Hawat this round, which would be pretty great. Yeah, so that gets me to 5 persuasion because 2 here. Plus, I drew a card here from my Ruthless Negotiator ability. So that's going to give me enough for Thufir, which is definitely the one I want over Cheney. Cheney is cool, but Thufir is just... I love that guy. Is so versatile. You can send him almost anywhere on the board. He draws you a card. And if for some reason you don't want that, you get an entry card. Very good stuff there. And that's going to mean I'm going to have fairly decent faction access in my deck early on, having already added a Spice Hunter and a Guild Administrator. Adding the Thufir is going to help me a lot with that. Okay, so we reveal and Thufir Hawat joins the team. Very good. Now I'm 4 Solari away from a Swordmaster, which might take me a little while to scrounge up, but we'll see. Look at the Bene Gesserit. And there's more of them. There's just always more. All right, well, Baron looking to win this conflict. What's next here? I'm going to be player 4 this coming round. Probably Helena's going to end up getting that Swordmaster next round. It may take me a while to get there. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Well, once again, I've got no involvement in a conflict. That's kind of my style. Well, I shouldn't say it's my style. It often works out that way, but not always. All right. Cloak and Dagger, Intrigue card, action. Okay, I've got 2 of my faction cards. Neither of which advance me towards Swordmaster, which is a little bit annoying. Now, I could send one of them to secure contract, potentially. But that happened, which I was not surprised to see. Okay, so Helena's definitely going to be getting Swordmaster here. The good news is I do have some trashing available. Currently on 8 persuasion. No, it's not going to stay that way. Something else I could do is, I mean, I could forsake both of these faction influence bumps, and well, okay, never mind. I was going to say I could go to Imperial Basin and then sell Melange to get my Solari that way, but that's not going to happen now either. So Spice Hunter is now just not going to do anything. I can't set it anywhere. Maybe this is why I don't usually buy this card. Well, let's do this. Unfortunately, I don't have the Freeman Bond activated, so I'm not going to get the bonus spice out of that. It's going to be a sword, which maybe I'll get involved. It's going to depend. I mean, basically all I can do is hope that one of Carthag or Arakeen is still available. What's the top card of my deck? It's a Diplomacy. I don't really want to draw that because I won't be able to play it, and I want to have it available for next round. Okay, Helena goes to Mentat, so one of these 2 spaces will be available. So it's going to be Carthag for me. I don't know what I want to throw in for troops, really. Interesting. I want to put in at least one. Maybe one is all I should really do here. Let's just do that. Both Beast and Helena still have agents available, so it doesn't seem really worth going too hard on this. I might end up with an easy second, which would be great. But, you know, Helena could still obviously, you know, use her eyes everywhere and still go to one of these places. And she does. So we'll see what she decides to do for troops. I'm not going to use rapid mobilization here. All right, so she's going for some Bene Gesserit action, which, yeah, there were a lot of cards there. I didn't really keep track of, you know, who got what. But the fact that Helena is doing that suggests that maybe she did get some of them. On the other hand, you know, she has to reserve a card. Oh, okay. Well, third it is. Intrigue card or spice. Okay. 6 persuasion for me. That water could be helpful for me to pick up Cheney. Alternatively, I could go Freeman Camp and Arrakis Liaison. Could go Chris Knife and Death Commando. I mean, I do have some Freeman cards. Should I just kind of go crazy with that? It's a little weird. Let me just do this, get myself some water. I don't know about that play, to be honest. But it opens up the chance for me to go to Hardy Warriors or something if I want. Or maybe get some spice. I've been kind of stuck out of the water, so that's why I did that. But honestly, I kind of was excited by the 2/3 costs Freeman cards just to try to go Freeman Bond, even though I'm pretty sure it's a bad idea, but it would have been interesting to try. But obviously I decided not to because I was thirsty, okay? I was thirsty. I didn't have any water. And there was this desert woman offering me water. So, are you going to say no to a desert woman offering you water when you're starving? I mean, when you're thirsting, dying of thirst? I don't think so. Okay, this is quite the battle here. Helena really wants to get an influence and 2 intrigue cards. I mean, it's good. All right, so do I want a spice or do I want an intrigue card? Well, I think it's an intrigue card, but honestly, it's like I have to think about it because a spice plus an Imperial Basin would allow me to go to Sel Melange, but okay. Okay. Currently, I'm in a good position to potentially fight for this. Everyone else has no troops. I have 3. Now, I do still want to get a Swordmaster, by the way. I've been severely delayed on that. Yeah, Great Flat has been stolen, unfortunately. I say stolen as though I had some right to it, but I dreamed about it. Okay, well... what do I want to do about this Swordmaster situation? I mean, I can go to wealth. I kind of want to try to fight for this, and maybe I can get an alliance there. I've got a couple of Freeman cards. And just forget the Swordmaster? That feels bad. It doesn't feel good. I really want to unlock that Siege Tabber, get some more water, and see what happens. I'm going to deploy troops there, and we'll see what ends up happening. If I end up revealing the Cheney, I can retreat them. So might as well throw them in. Possibly there will be more to follow. Maybe they'll just come back home. We will have to wait and see. I have no swords in my hand to back that up. I have no combat intrigues to back that up. Check. Yeah. Sometimes I worry I've just muted myself accidentally. All right, so there's the Swordmaster for Webben. Oh, everyone has to discard a card, looks like. It's not that big of a deal for me right now. So that was test. Okay. I'll discard a card. We'll lose the Dune. Yeah, that was the test of humanity. Each opponent chooses either discard a card or lose a deployed troop. Seems like a bad time to lose a deployed troop, I would say. And the card is not critical for me this round, I don't think. At the moment, it doesn't look like it. You never know what might pop up in the Imperium row. So far, nobody else is deploying troops, so that could change. It could change. It probably will change. I mean, there's 2 agents still left on Beast here. I could go to Hardy Warriors. You know what? What about my poor Swordmaster, though? God damn it. Okay, I'm just doing this. I'm throwing them in because I can use the Cheney to retreat some if I want to. And I want to just try to, like, spook everybody else from even deploying any so that I can bring some back and hopefully get good value. Now, it's a little tricky because the beast does have 2 agents, so my reveal... Oh, beast is early revealing. Okay, this is great news for me. I might be able to retreat 4 of my troops. Oh, he's taking it back. He's taking it back. Uh-huh. Okay, so I was really excited by him early revealing there. Now that he hasn't and does still have an agent left, I have to be a little bit careful. Also, Helena has 3 intrigue cards, so I'm not sure how many troops I can afford to actually retreat now, because Beast could theoretically go to Arakeen. If I'd been more eagle-eyed when he accidentally revealed, I could have seen what was in his hand and known. There's 2 cards left in his hand, right? I think one of them was Bene Gesserit's sister. Anyway. How crazy do I want to be? Well, we're going to reveal. I think this Smuggler's Thopter makes sense for me because I'm going to have 2 influence. So let's take that. And I'm going to go with the Imperial Spy. Now, retreat any number of troops. I'm going to retreat 1. Just 1. Yeah, there was that Bene Gesserit sister. Oh, looks like this person has disconnected. Okay, well, maybe I could have retreated more had I thought that's what was going to happen, but whatever. I get a victory point. I get to trash a card. That's fine. Okay. I guess we can lose a Dune the Desert Planet. Okay, now look at what's going on in this hand. Okay, so how am I going to get this Swordmaster? I mean, I can't do it if I'm not getting Solari or Spice. So potentially if I can get this 3 Spice, And then sell Melange. That could be a way to do it, although this guy's sitting on 5 spice. He might decide to sell Melange. I've also got like an alliance I could pick up here. Do I just forget? Can't just forget the Swordmaster. That seems crazy. But, it's going to cost me. This really hurts. Could also do it that way. Okay, I'll just do this. I don't like using the administrator that way, really. I can trash a card. I guess I just ditch this dagger. Deploy units? No. So this is quite painful for me to have a hand full of faction cards and not actually use any of them to go to faction spaces. It feels pretty bad. It probably is pretty bad, but I'm hoping that the Swordmaster will end up making it up to me. The extra Solari that I get will be going to Mentats, although I have gotten rid of my daggers. We'll see. Maybe Shinonimus here decides to sell Melange and that dream just goes away anyway. No, it's selective breeding. Oh. This really feels bad. It really feels bad, I have to say. You know, because I could have gotten that alliance, and now it may not happen. Could have moved myself towards this alliance as well. Yeah, there goes the alliance. So, I don't know. It probably wasn't a good move. It's just that I'm like, I just want to get that Swordmaster so bad. It's been so long. I don't want to delay it another like 2 or 3 rounds. But you know, it might cost me quite a lot. Well, at least I'll get an intrigue card out of Thufir. For persuasion. Do I want any of this? A Gunthopter, maybe? Liaisons, perhaps? I don't know. I don't know. Taking the Gunthopter. Perhaps a couple of liaisons would have been better to try to make it possible for spice to flow. Yeah, it's like, it's a little bit annoying somebody quit. It's like the whole point of this well, I shouldn't say the whole point, but one of the attractions of this method of this community run ranked system is supposed to be that you're going to find fewer quitters. But so far I've played 2 games and I've got a quitter in 1. That's 50%, which it's a very small sample size, so I can't really say, but it's just disappointing. Four intrigue cards on Beast here. Okay, well, they're all coming out now. Yeah, I definitely think that what I did that round was not good. I should have gotten that Freeman Alliance. But, you know, I did what I did, and now, now let's see what I do. Nobody has any garrison troops, so that doesn't help me to play. Do I try to fight for this Freeman Alliance? I'm nowhere on these other tracks, though. That's the problem. I don't feel like I'm playing well this game, I gotta say. Okay, my next move has to be Swordmaster, that's for sure. That's also going to draw me a card. Oh, discard a card, eh? Well, it's probably going to be Dune. Could be Gunthopter. I'm going to see if I can get the secret reveal move out of the Gunthopter. And see if I can sneakily win this. Probably not. Probably not. So maybe discarding this would have been better in terms of giving me a chance to perhaps pick up the Opulence, which would be helpful. I haven't been mentatting. That's something I should be doing as Ilban. But yeah. Going for that High Council seat when I did, possibly, I mean, that put me on a whole different direction for the game, right? My other choice would have been wait around, just get the Swordmaster the following round. But, you know, the whole thing would be different. I wouldn't have had Thufi or Hawat. Who knows what would be going on. But it's one of those branching paths that has had a big impact on my game for sure. Shinonimus now at 7 points on Baron with 5 intrigue cards. Well, Secrets is blocked. So next round is round 7. Okay, he's trying to burn some intrigue cards now to get down below 4. Okay, well, let's do this. Okay, we get a diplomacy. That's kind of interesting. Okay, 1 troop in for Beast right now. This play is still potentially alive, but look at all of the agents here. It's a little ridiculous. It's just a little ridiculous. I probably should have just gotten rid of this and kept the 6 persuasion, but then again, was not to be. Now, I could go to Hardy Warriors and steal the Alliance. I think that's what I want to do. Yikes. This is feeling, it's feeling pretty bad for everybody who's not the Baron right now. All right. Well, let me take that Alliance. And, I'm just going to throw in 2 because I have the Gunthopter to throw in another one. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, well, it's the AI. What does Helena want to do here? How much does she care about getting a fat stack of spice? Oh, yeah. I see here. Trying to steal that back. And she's going to have the priority next round to go there. So, yeah, that alliance is probably gone. Okay, well, with my 5 persuasion, what am I going to do? I don't know. Helena still has an agent that she can send. Well, she could send it to Siege Tabor. But, I mean, I put the Gunthopter in here. I might as well try it. I'm going to take the Freeman camp because it was either that for me or 2 Arrakis liaisons. I didn't really want 2 liaisons. So if it's going to be 1 liaison, then it might as well be Freeman camp. Double cross. No. Oh, no. I mean, does he have a conflict card? Or is he just making it weird? Can the AI win this game? I'm going to say probably not. Where do those troops come from? Oh, Right there. Okay, nicely done. She crossed that line to get the 2 troops. Ugh. Painful. It's painful, and I'm going to lose that alliance. Right. So it's battle for Carthage, but I'm in no position to win it. Okay, well, that alliance has been stolen. So, I can... Wait, what? Oh, yeah, now she can also get the Freeman Alliance. Fuck me. Fuck me. Oh, boy. That's quite a move. Stealing 2 alliances in 1 move. Quite a maneuver. It's quite a maneuver. This is painful. Look at this. Look at the victory points here. What? God damn. Look at the pathetic state of affairs on this faction track. And remember at the beginning of the game, I was like, well, this is going great. I've got all kinds of faction cards in my deck. But what did I do? I sent them all to fucking spice trade spaces all day. Oh. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Well, what? I could theoretically visit Hayliner here if I go to Imperial Basin and Haga Basin. Theoretically, I could do something like that. I mean, I do want to use this Smuggler's Thopter, so let's start with that. Wait, I don't have the... Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, let me just use this. Okay. So, I've done that. Maybe I can get a spice must flow. I was really hoping with the last conflict to get enough spice so that I would be able to hit Hayliner this round. But in order to do it now, I have to go to Imperial Basin and then Hayliner. Maybe I can do it. But even if I can, it's honestly probably still not enough just because I have no troops in my garrison. So yeah, I could throw in 5 troops, but you know, Beast is very ready to do more than that. So, oh. I mean, I could take them all back with Cheney, but it's not that amazing of a play. Maybe I just have to give up on it. Do I try to get third so I'm ready to do it next round? I can't rally troops. I do have that Freeman Mon, so that'll get me a spice if I hang on to it. That's actually something to consider. Now I have to be careful. If I don't use Thufir, I'm going to end up with potentially too many intrigue cards. Okay. Discard a card. What? Oh dear. Now look, I'm being very doom and gloom. And I don't think I'm going to win this game, but I'm not giving up. I am still trying. It is still theoretically possible. You know, I do have a couple of points to get here if I can get them. It's not going to be easy to do. I'm going to get a Spice Must Flow this turn if I can somehow win the next conflict for a couple of points. But with each of these people at 7, the game could very easily end this round. There's a pretty good chance of it, to be honest. Okay, let me use this. Do I want to pass my turn? I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to do that. Where am I going to send an agent? I don't even have a good place to... I guess I have to go to secrets. I will decline. Okay, as long as I don't get Gunthopter, I can still get Spice Must Flow. All right. Where were you before? Where were you? So the spice on reveal could end up being quite handy. The spice must flow. I'm ready to immediately Hayliner next round, but so will 2 of these other... Well, Shinonymous will have the spice for it. Ooh. Okay, Beast is sitting on 3 intrigue cards. He's got nothing. Okay, well, Helena here. It's not over yet. That's 2 points for Helena. Up to 9. There will be another round. So we'll see what I can get done here. Will Baron have a card to go to the Hayliner? That's going to be the big question, and I missed mine. And Mentat is... I don't even have a card to go to Mentat. I trashed all my daggers. This is a very poor game for me, I have to say. There's the Hayliner. All right, well... I mean, I've got Freeman Camp. It's like a little Hayliner. But it's not going to do it. So... well... Well... I don't even think I can get myself to a Spice Must Flow. So that's... okay, that's guaranteed not to really do anything. It's going to get me this Guild Administrator. So maybe I should go for an Intrigue card and hope that that does something. Okay. I mean, whatever. I'll deploy one at this point. Why not? We'll just burn this just to get down below Secret's threshold. Okay, between the Freeman Camp and the reinforcements, that's 6 troops I can throw in. Plus the Gunthopter... maybe? Maybe. Now, the thing is, though, okay, good. In order for this Freeman Camp play to work, I need Imperial Basin. Because that's the only combat space I can actually go to. All right, well, let's try this. Okay, so Helena just needs to get 1 point here somehow. Does she have an... yeah, if she can go to fold space right now, that's 10 points for her. Or, okay, that'll do it. That'll do it too. All right, so that's going to be game over. Let's see if I can win this conflict just for... I don't know, a consolation. Looks like I might be able to. Now, Baron does have 5 intrigue cards. So, maybe not. But, all right. Well, I'm still going to send the Dune over here to get some Solari. Because why not? There's no reason for me to actually buy anything here, so we'll just let it go. All right, well, so much for my taking third place. I was hoping that with my victory here, I'd beat the AI on the tiebreaker for third. So I'm actually going to come fourth this game, which, yeah, like I said, I think oh, staged incident. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I just didn't play this game well at all, but that's okay. We all have games like that. I'm a little bit out of it. I haven't really played recently. I have a bit of a cold, you know. And anyway, sometimes you just have a bad game. I was feeling really good about that beginning, and then I blew it. Well, anyway, I get to win this conflict for fun. We get to cash in our "to the victor go the spoils." Oh. And there it is. There it is. Well, great game by Webben on Helena. Synonymous also did well. And, you know, you win some, you lose some. All right. Well, thanks very much for that. If you're interested in trying out this this community-run ranked thing, again, the Discord is called Strategy Arena. So you can look that up, and I can put a link to it in the description of the video. It's a Discord server where you can try to find games. Like I said, it's kind of there's a certain time period where people seem to be looking for games, and outside of that, you know, it's hard to find them. So it's a trade-off between how quickly you get into a game versus having this sort of, yeah, it's a different little environment. And obviously, like, you know, I think the opponents are harder here. I've played 2 games in this so far, and I didn't win either one. And that's interesting. You know, it's fun to play against harder opponents, because that's really the only way that you can realize where you need to improve. Now, in terms of what I did that game that I think I could improve on, I think I was too stubborn about wanting to get the Swordmaster, even though I had put myself in a position where it was taking me way too long to get it. And I was having to use my faction cards to go to, you know, Haga Basin to sell melange, rather than sending them to faction spaces where, you know, I could be competing for alliances. I think that was a weird thing that I did. Also, trashing my daggers, I think, kind of was a bad idea, because, you know, as Ilban, ideally you want to be using the Mentat space, and I didn't go there once that whole game. That's not good. That's not good for Ilban. So a combination of all of those factors, you know, I getting the High Council seat when I did, that may have been a big mistake, fork in the road as well. Maybe I should have just held off, gotten the Swordmaster the following round. But, you know, that Thufir Hawa was sitting there. It seemed like such a nice thing to do. I don't know. You know, I could have possibly made that work, but so many different little decisions, and they all added up to, you know, a defeat, which is okay. So I'd be curious to hear your feedback. What do you think about all of these different forks in the road? Which ones would you have taken? Are there some other ones that I didn't even notice, that where you think I really could have gone in a different direction? I'd be curious to hear that. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for lots more Dune Imperium. We've got Clank Digital. We've got some games of Root Digital as well. And, like the video if you like it. And there's also memberships available. So if you want extra content, there are extra bonus games every month for members, as well as like little members only updates that I post sometimes. And you can support the channel and get extra content as well. So you can click the join button for more information about that. Thank you very much once again, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.